Everybody, we're back. I know you've been like, where the hell are these people been? Well, let's just say Thick Boy had a bit of a problem getting into the building.
Damn it! Butter!
Anyway,
So Sam, what do you want to report about when you have a clickbait?
a clickbait channel.
When you have a clickbait.
Not a clickbait channel, but a clickbait channel.
What do we want to report about when we have a clickbait?
Oh my god, it's clickbait channel.
When you have a clickbait. What do we want to be reporting about when we have a clickbait channel?
Boom. It's definitely Star Wars Battlefront 2 and
Yep.
Destiny 2. Both sequels. Bad things come in twos, guys. We're not here to talk about Destiny 2 today. No way. You know, we never talk about that game. Today we're here to talk about another game. It's called Destiny the Second. We're here to talk about Destiny 2. Guys, also, we have to really talk about the poll that we did in the community chat. I am mortified to see the results. I don't know if anyone has seen the results from the poll. We did a poll about, ultimately, Laymen Gaming. You must choose who you love the most. I think people misheard the instructions because I got 13% of people that like 10,000 votes. I got 13%. Ralph got 25%. And the Thick Boy got 62%.
They just want those thick looks.
People didn't understand that we said not who you hate the most, but who you love the most.
They read it correctly.
So I feel like the tribe has spoken.
Why am I not fam anymore? Because your moves are weak.
But anyway, guys, look, as we've said before, we love a good old clickbait story. Who doesn't like a good old clickbait story? And, you know, Destiny 2 is the clickbait that keeps on giving.
Destiny 2 was a funny case. It launched to very, very high critical acclaim.
100% it did.
Basically because people don't play video games past the credits. If you played Destiny 2 for even a moment after the credits rolled, you would have seen that it was completely devoid of any endgame.
Yep.
That was just not covered.
But I think also it's also a situation where people wanted to get reviews out fast. You know, they were like, hey, we want to make sure that we can get this out, we can get our clicks, we can make sure that our audience, you know, feels like we've given them the news ASAP. So I kind of get it that people are really, you know, they finish the game, they're like, okay, I've got a snapshot of what I thought the campaign was, and I'm just, you know, I'm hoping, of course, that the end game is going to be very similar to Destiny 1. Or something along those lines. So a lot of reviews came out, and they really weren't encapsulating what actually Destiny 2 was.
Anyway, it launched to a very high acclaim, but then shit sort of started to hit the fan.
After the whole end game was kind of unpacked, I think a lot of people, once they started playing more, they were like, hang on, there's not much really here in terms of end game progression. It was also barren compared to Destiny 1.
It was a step back.
Yeah, 100%, and people started feeling that the more and more they played it, and the reviews started changing because of that, ultimately. We've covered this extensively before, but really, you know, ultimately, the player base dropped like 85%. And not to mention, of course, the whole XP thing, how they were like throttling the XP and the whole disappointing DLC. It was just one fun clickbait after another.
So it's been revealed that Bungie sort of held an emergency seance for Destiny 2 with the prominent streamers, YouTubers, and Redditors.
And Twitch streamers.
Twitch streamers, I said streamers. With the prominent streamers.
Oh, he did. He said streamers. Just making sure, guys, of course.
Said streamers. To basically get some direct feedback from those who are frontline on the community about what they can do to fix Destiny 2.
But they never actually listen anyway. The amount of time that they've taken feedback and then they never do anything.
Oh, just my luck.
So the streamer Gastallion was on stream the other night and he made a few comments about the state of Destiny 2 and Destiny 3. He said ultimately that he was speaking with the community manager Deej, and he brought up the fact that, you know, that they were working on Destiny 3 and a lot of them have been now rerouted, something like that, to Destiny 2.
He goes on to clarify the statement further, but essentially what he's saying is that a large-scale rerouting of staff and Bungie from Destiny 3 and future projects onto Destiny 2 hasn't happened. And that's a problem.
That is a big problem. And it's really the confirmation that we have all been kind of looking for. Like, a lot of people that are playing this game and want to return to this game, I think they're really looking for, like, where are you putting your manpower? Are you putting it into Destiny 3? Are you putting it into Destiny 2? Is it DLC? Or is it just, you know, you fixing the core game itself? what is the state of like what is happening with Destiny?
It's really tough as well because I mean you've even got Destiny 2 YouTubers that are just can't really make content anymore.
I agree.
Because of a game that's supposed to be a 10-year cycle where you basically can continue chipping away at the game. It's just devoid of any content.
100%.
There's very little reason to return.
Yeah.
And so Bungie really should be focusing on fixing the core experience before looking to expand on what's next. I mean, we're looking at a case where they're trying they're working predominantly on what they're going to sell you next instead of fixing what they've already sold you.
100%. And look, I've said this before, it's a domino effect. When there's no content and there's no community, the Twitch streamers drop off. People aren't watching the streamers anymore playing your game. There's less influence than in the market, and it just becomes, you become less and less relevant. And this is exactly what's happening right now. All these diehard Destiny fans have no content. They're like, what am I doing here? So they're going to other games. Even like, they're going to like Fortnite and stuff like that. Just other games that are popular. And Destiny 2 is definitely being left behind.
And I mean, look, we've been through this before.
Yes.
Destiny 1 was, I mean, again, very, very much, it's been covered extensively. But to reiterate, I mean, we waited 3 games for that game to get good. And only after paying like 180 Australian dollars.
Yeah.
You need to buy the core game and then the 3 DLCs. At that point, it was then good. So, I mean, we really shouldn't have to go through this all again. But we are.
100%. It's very much a situation where, like, fool me once.
Fool me once. Shame on you.
Boo! You suck!
If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
You've got a case where Bungie really need to rebuild Destiny 2, just
100%.
like they have with Destiny 1. But we shouldn't have to go through this again.
100%.
And I think that they're at risk of seriously burning people. Go on.
I was just going to say,
Of course he was.
not only are they looking to, burn away their community, they're really damaging the brand itself, of course. I don't think that this is going to be a situation where if they continue to work on Destiny 3, who is going to line up for Destiny 3? I would say pretty much no one at the moment. There's going to be some diehard fans that love Destiny. They're going to line up. Sure, the marketing campaign is going to be very strong again. They should be putting pretty much everyone on Destiny 2. I don't think there should be really any talk, any plans, any development on Destiny 3.
They should go a step further. They should put out a presser saying we are now ceasing all development on all future content for Destiny 2 and
Destiny
future
3.
projects.
No, Destiny 3.
Maybe I say Destiny 3, but future projects to basically double down on fixing the core game experience.
100%.
And they're not doing that. They need to be reassuring their player base that they are committed to fixing what we have already bought.
100%.
Instead of trying to sell us more shit.
Yeah, and look, if you look at other games like Warframe or Siege, if you do put the work in, people will tend to come back and give it another go. The community will spread the good word, and you will have another chance.
I mean, look at The Division. It's a very, very similar game.
100%. 1.8.
Looter shooter. They basically launched it in a really, really bad state. They haven't stopped working on it. It's been like 2 years now, and it's now at a point where it's got a player base that are still sticking with it, and it's quite highly respected. They haven't just released Division 2 or some sequel. They're just like, hang on, we're going to fix this.
Which they are. Actually, they are doing Division 2. But what they did, of course, in the meantime, is they repaired the brand. They got it ready for Division 2. See here, this is the opposite here. They're like, you know what? They're kind of doing this whole like, well, let's just start working on Destiny 3 for the cash cow that it is. Let's just kind of leave Destiny 2 kind of in
in limbo.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's more like let's just leave it in the gutter kind of thing. It's not. It's if you're going to bring out another game, you must make sure that the IP and the brand is strong enough that people are going to line up. So I think what we've really learned here is ultimately we can see that. All the manpower is not in Destiny 2, which really it should be. Not only from a standpoint of making sure that the quality of the game gets better, but also from a PR standpoint. Like, it's smart PR to be like, hey guys, we know we've fucked up, and we're coming back with the best Destiny 2 ever. If you're just like really honest with your audience, I just think that is the way to move forward, and, I just hope that we actually do see some sort of press statement or some sort of press release, them saying, guys, fuck Destiny 3, it's all about Destiny 2. Because right now, it's Destiny 2, and we don't want that.
When you have a clickbait,